And we welcome back another episode of NBA 2K14. In the last episode, as another buzzer beater as James Harden and the Houston Rockets defeat the New York Knicks in the final seconds to knock off here in the Madison Square Garden. It's another crazy ending. And coming up next to the first game at your hand, we're off to Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. We got the two of the Northwest rivalry. It features Kevin Love and Ricky Rubio of the Minnesota Timberwolves. They are 5-4. Take on the Denver Nuggets are 3-4, and forgot because there's copyright again. Their in-game music has been turned off. So I'm gonna give 100% before the intro start the game. And now this was the first matchup between those two of the bitter rivalry in the Northwest Showdown. And for this game, as the Timberwolves gonna use the light blue and the Nuggets gonna use the yellow shirts. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin here, and we'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here at the Pepsi Center in Denver. We'll be right back and enjoy with sending over to Kevin Harden here at the Pepsi Center in Denver. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video.
Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce, and it's time for a little NBA basketball. It's Friday night basketball. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Denver Nuggets. Let's send things courtside to Kevin Harlan, who's in the Mile High City, ready to call the game.
The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And as we take a look here at Nate Robinson, guys, what's your take?
Well, Robinson is a constant threat to heat up in a hurry, Kevin. He's one of those guys who has unlimited confidence, even when it's not quite warranted. He just gets out there, and he thinks he's going to make every shot, and he races around the floor and creates havoc. Great guy to have coming off your bench.
He's ideal to have coming off your bench. Instant energy. He'll do anything he needs to do to win, to help you win. Nate's competitive, and he's a terrific athlete. If he's not contributing with points, he'll be contributing with cheering. You got to love that about him. That enthusiasm is contagious.
This is a one-and-done trip for Minnesota before going back to their Timberwolves fans up in Minneapolis. And the continued absence of Derek Williams. The story for them right now.
Kevin, it looks like he should make a welcome return after being hurt a few weeks back.
Nobody's going to be more happy about it than he is, I assure you. He's dying to get back out on the court. How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
There's Martin. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Martin's got his first points in this one.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
And while it wasn't the biggest win streak of the season, the Nuggets did have a pretty good rampage of their own from the end of February into March. And because it happened when the Heat were doing what they were doing, the Nuggets kind of flew under the radar.
Robinson, that's good.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Boris Berkey spoke with Brian Shaw. Boris?
Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
And thanks for that story, Boris. Well, as you said, the Nuggets put together their big 15-game winning streak, but, you know, Steve, since it happened when the Heat rather off their big push, nobody really even seemed to notice.
That's right. It might have worked out in their favor anyway, Kevin, because, you know, that win streak really kind of put them into high gear and allowed them to climb into the third spot in the West. Probably was nice not having the media focused on them and wanting to talk to them every day about what was happening in the Western Conference.
4 straight makes out the gate. That's a sweet start.
Rubio, the pass to Buddington. Love hits to Buddington. There's the dish to Rubio. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the 3-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him. Well, it's natural to worry about how Rubio would be able to play after tearing his ACL, but, you know, he came back last season and showed he still could create space and drop that perfect pass to a teammate. Boy, he's fun to watch. He's a real magician with the basketball.
Buttinger, here's Martin, and the Timberwolves take on 2 more.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Outside Robinson, and there's the pass to Gallinari. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Gallinari's got 6. Barton talked about the impressive recovery of Ricky Rubio, the knee injury. Still came back better than ever.
Yeah, well, being young helps for sure. The recovery period happens a little quicker. But I think it also showed his great work ethic. He really attacked his rehab, and I think that bodes well for his future development of his game also.
Lawson against Rubio. Lawson dishes to Fareed, and it's Denver scoring again.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game play.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Tony Turioff, who's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Cunningham comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Muhammad in for Chase Buttinger.
Yeah, both teams are scoring well, but there hasn't been much defensive resistance either. Well, Minnesota won 31 games last season, but only 11 of those came on the road. For a team that was battered and bruised heading out on a lengthy road trip is often a recipe for a losing streak, and that was the case for them last year. The injuries just really bogged them down. That pass never had a chance there. His timing was perfect in going after that steal.
And that one's good. And that's now 7 points for Ty Lawson.
Quick hands on the steal, quick feet on the break.
Costly mistake to fork that ball over and then not get back on deep.
And Brewer gets to Turioff. To the inside. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
That whistle got a big response from this crowd, and it is not a favorable one, let's say.
I'll tell you what, the fans can't believe that they made that call.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Zhang's checked in. Miller outside. Hickson, defended by Cunningham. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Lawson. That time on the assist by Hickson. 10 points for Ty Lawson.
He has gotten a little lax defending the 3-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Gets it to go. 5 seconds left to play here in the first. Miller outside. Got it off in time. And it's the buzzer beater.
Boy, ends the quarter with a dead-eye 3 as the buzzer sounds.
They had that set up, I think, Steve, and he timed it perfectly.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Denver on top. They lead by a bucket. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Coming up next Thursday, November 21st, Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls hit the road for a duel with the Denver Nuggets. Hoops action.
And off we go. A close game. Now starting the second quarter. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nuggets.
Boy, the 3-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too. Clark, we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, kind of flow offensively. I like what I see.
Hickson is out there with Randolph. Then it's Andre Miller. Then it's Nate Robinson. And it's Hamilton in at the small forward. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second.
Well, you know what? When you look at Nate Robinson, guys, you can make the case or even argue that the last few seasons, he's been a bargain basement deal. I mean, he's been very productive, and he's been playing on single-season veteran minimum contracts. I mean, he's provided a lot of value for what he's been paid. But after a big performance for the Bulls in the playoffs, the league caught on, and this year he was finally rewarded with a multi-year deal.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Gentlemen, remember, Kevin Love was the 5th overall pick back in 2008. And through hard work, he's transformed his body and expanded his game. He said, I love people telling me what I can't do, telling me this is your ceiling. I think all kids in basketball should never put a limit on themselves. I was able to get out of my comfort zone, and because of that, I'm a much better player. Not only physically, but mentally as well. Kevin?
Yeah, his great skill level has always been his edge. Thanks, Doris. And you know, Nate Robinson can always score and shoot from outside, but he's definitely improved as a playmaker.
That's a great point, Kevin. When he first came into the league, he was basically a shooting guard in a 5'9" frame. But he's improved his passing, he's improved his understanding of how to run a team. Still not really a point guard, but I think he can play the position for brief spells.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention a 3-time NBA All-Star Saturday Night Dunk Championship.
Yep.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Randolph. Kenneth Faried comes in for J.J. Hickson. Gallinari, who's checked in for Jordan Hamilton. And it's Lawson in for Andre Miller.
You know, you hear about dead-eye shooters coming in from overseas. You never know if they're going to live up to the hype, but Gallinari has done that and then some. With his size and shooting touch, it's amazing the ability that he has to really stretch the defense out and cause havoc at that end of the floor.
Well, it seems each year he gets better and better as a player, and his shot keeps becoming one of the best in the game. He knows how to stretch a defense with his shot. Really helps his team out in offense. His shot's good from McGee. And here in the second quarter of action with a little under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Another season and another finish at the bottom of the Northwest for the Wolves. It seems like every time they start climbing up the division ladder, something derails them.
Rubio, the pass to Dang. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Buttinger. There's the triple. And another 3 for Minnesota.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
And that climb is never going to be easy for him. Going back to the Wolves now, as Park was just talking about, Steve, they have yet to win the division since joining it back in 2004.
Well, it's not like it's getting any easier. I mean, with Oklahoma City there, you've got Denver playing at a high level, Portland lifting the rebound. So, I mean, there's a lot of talent on this Wolves team, but they're playing in a very, very difficult division.
And the Timberwolves call timeouts and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
Well, these are a pair of conference rivals that are going to be very familiar with each other by the end of the season. You know, this is just the first of 4 games they'll see each other.
Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Jang. Rubio against Lawson, and Rubio kicks to Buttinger. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 3rd assist on the night. Starting out this series, Clark, they're just getting a feel for each other, feeling out this year's roster.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You know, in the early season, you do a little scouting. This is where you get your bearings and figure out what you need to do to beat those guys. I love these rivals.
We've got 1:13 left in the first half. Passes it to Love. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He didn't get to that one. Quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the crowd immediately letting the officials have it after that whistle.
A very unpopular call there.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Turioff is checked in. And Gallinari kicks to McGee. Working on Turioff. The count hook. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 6 points. Timberwolves trailed by 3. There's 48 seconds left in the second quarter. And Rubio kicks to Martin. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Back to Gallinari. Dishes it to Lawson. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first half. And Rubio kicks to Love. And the rejection by Randolph. Gallinari with it. He picked up 12 points in the last one against the Lakers.
Put in a lot of good work on the boards. That helped him, too. Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game is certainly swung like a pendulum.
Denver shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. That's good from McGee. 7 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Cunningham. A stupendous finish in traffic. Here's McGee. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer.
Pretty shot without a second to spare.
That can be so demoralizing for the team that gives up a shot like that to close out a quarter.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. Nuggets lead by 3. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Let's get right to it, fans. We got plenty of first-half rivalry action to review. Out in Denver, the Nuggets are taking care of business against the Timberwolves. It's been an uneven start to the season. They're hungry for wins, no doubt about it. Ty Lawson in the first half, amazing. His shooting percentage, off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And slugging it out so far, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've benefited from some excellent contribution from their bench, providing scoring in bunches when called upon. It's been a major advantage. Kevin Martin leads the team in scoring. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. Let's get things going with a look ahead to some games slated for later. The Jazz out in Utah will go up against the Spurs. A very nice rivalry matchup there. Big names and plenty of history on tap. Start time, 7 o'clock Eastern. And one game also on the docket. For the Grizzlies, they'll be up against the Lakers out in Los Angeles. Some teams in the West facing off there. That gets going 7:30 Eastern. And a look here at the other NBA action. The Trailblazers will square off against the Celtics in Boston. A 7:30 Eastern tip time. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. What a game we're seeing from Ty Lawson.
They created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making too. He really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
So on the floor for Minnesota, big men, Love and Pekovic. Rubio and Martin manning the back. And it's Buttinger in at the 3 spot.
Quick hands on the steal, quick feet on the break.
Costly mistake to fork that ball over and then not get back on D. You know, a big reason that the Nuggets were able to finish with the 3rd best record in the West last season was they took care of business in the Western Conference. I mean, they went in every game against the conference opponent knowing what was on the line and handled business from there.
Back to Rubio. Throws it up high. And Buttinger with the stop.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
The record for the Nuggets against the West ended at 38-14. Just one off the mark of the Thunder, Steve, for the best record within the conference.
Seemed like every time there was ground to be gained, Kevin, in the playoff race, the Nuggets came through. Teams in the West like to run a little bit, but I don't think anybody could really run with Denver. That's how they were able to both win at home and win in the conference. And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Corey Brewer checked in for Minnesota.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers for Ricky Rubio, how his season went last year, second in steals. And he was also ranked in the top 10 in assists, so an incredible knack for finding the open man.
And he had some of the quickest hands in the league, and those quick hands earned him the number 2 ranking in steals. I mean, it was remarkable how quickly he reacted defensively. Good feet, but also really quick, active hands.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Buddinger's checked in.
Ty Lawson out of North Carolina in his 5th season has really improved his playmaking in the league. Every year he's increased his number of assists, his rate of assists rather, and I love his speed as well.
And still perfect here in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Hickson's checked in, and Lawson's becoming more of a playmaker. Clarkie's also upping his scoring every year, so I'll throw it to you guys right now. Where is this kid going?
Well,
Steve?
Yeah, I'll take this. I mean, I think he's becoming an elite level point guard. And for Denver to take that next step, that's what it's going to take. He's going to have to become their Derrick Rose, their Tony Parker. And I think Lawson is on his way to doing that.
I'm waiting for the fire alarm to go off the way they've come out blazing in the second half. That's 5 straight makes.
Pass to Robinson. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got his 9th assist in the game now.
And if their last 5 makes, all have been from long range.
Yeah, the defense has not done a good job of pressing in and denying. I mean, they're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here, and the offense is taking advantage of it.
Leaner from distance. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Rubio dishes to Brewer. Who kicks it to Budinger, and the call will be against Ty Lawson. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next foul will put them over the limit and in the bonus.
A chance to get some easy points at the line here, so it makes sense to be aggressive.
Feeds to Brewer. Pass to Rubio. 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Love. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Love's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Good job there recognizing the mismatch and then just going straight up with the shot. He's got a major height advantage.
Well, I tell you what, the Nuggets turned that Pepsi Center into their own personal fortress last season. Had the best record at home in the league. Nobody could run with them when the game was played at the Pepsi Center. Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly. They are killing them with that 3-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
In that home record of the Nuggets you mentioned, Clark, 38-3, been a long time since someone has been able to put up a home record like that, Steve. Pretty impressive.
Well, it's always been difficult for teams to go to Denver and play at high altitude. Then you factor in all the back-to-backs and the fact that the airport is a long way from Denver. They're in a different time zone than a lot of teams in the West. So throw all that stuff together. It's tough to roll in there, arrive 3 or 4 in the morning, and try to win the next night. Denver really taking advantage of their geographical area.
Here's Pekovic, rejected by Arthur. Miller up on top, covered by Brewer. Miller kicks to 4. Back to Miller. The 3, and again Denver with the triple.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Now we have a chance. Let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. The Nuggets in second.
Well, I tell you what, Kevin, they never eased up on the boards throughout last season. I mean, they were tenacious. They persevered. They were aggressive. I mean, they went after the boards hard.
Nice shot by Arthur.
Practice finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over.
He feeds it to Brewer. To end the run. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double team. You got to get their defense in gear. This is outrageous. Every shot they're taking right now seems to be finding the mark.
Literally every shot. They are absolutely rolling. They're not as aggressive from the outside here. But maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
And here's Shved. He has 7, and there's the feed to Brewer. There's the dish to Begovic. The pass to Shved. Fires the 3, and another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
As we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Nuggets on top, up 11. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Coming up next Wednesday night, November 20th, Rajon Rondo and the Boston Celtics go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Big-time hoops coming your way. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nuggets.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Not with the touch they've displayed from long range, guys. I mean, as a team, they are really shooting the ball well and executing from the perimeter.
Gallo and Fareed at the forwards. Nate Robinson is out there with Lawson, and it's Randolph in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. In a moment now to check out who Minnesota has coming up. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score of that Clippers game. I think it's going to be close.
Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
The pick wasn't ultra-effective, but it got him just enough room for the score.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Wants in the pass to Gallinari. That one falls and off Washington's feet. And the Nuggets lead by 14.
Finding the open man every trip.
Down the floor. Certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style.
I like the simplicity.
But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet. One-handed flush.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Lawson right side. And fouled fault as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Ricky Rubio picks one up.
And you look at Ty Lawson, he was drafted in 2009, a draft class full of point guards. But he got lost in the shuffle, fell all the way to the 18th pick in the draft. But terrific find for the Nuggets, who found their point guard of the future.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Buddinger's checked in. And, you know, for those who used to watch Ty Lawson lead North Carolina back to the title in 09, he's doing the same things he did back then here in the pros.
That's exactly right, Kevin. An excellent shooter, a really great passer, unbelievable speed, quickness, and vision. But I think it's the change of pace with that blistering speed that really keeps defenders on their heels. He's a perfect fit for the way Denver likes to play.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Well, Rick Adelman had some advice for his team over that last break. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Doubled by Gallinari. Rubio dishes to Turiaf. And he banks in the layup.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Outside for Martin. Rubio outside. Pekovic. Waits for the... JaVale McGee did not like that. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Here's Gallinari. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Sends him out for a three-point play.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Kevin Love's checked in for Ronny Turiaf. And Rubio kicks to Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. 17 points for Kevin Martin.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow to this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Well, as long as the Blues keep dropping forms, they'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping form. What a game he's having for deep.
And the dunk by Love.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
It's good, and he threw contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Yeah, he's a full-court man. And what I mean by that is he has no problem just taking the ball coast to coast on the break, sometimes on his own, or, if he prefers finding an open wing runner. Either way, the ability to create easy points for his team.
Steve, it has to be said here that he operates the pick and roll to perfection. I mean, he delights in running unwitting defenders or blindside picking guys so that he can end up rolling into a basket.
If you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Rubio with pass to Martin. That's good.
Well, I think he's really willing his team on. Now, he's carrying them. He's doing it all. He's yet to miss a shot.
Denver calls timeout. They're in front by 6. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And they made their mark defensively that day. That was what was, I think, most impressive. Really caused a lot of problems in the paint.
Well, they spent a lot of that game in the air and got their hands on a lot of shots. He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Gets it to go. McGee's got 19 points. 1:09 left here in the fourth quarter. Outside, Martin. He passes to Love. Back to Martin. Rubio. And again, it's Minnesota converting. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Three goes in. That one falls off Lawson's feet. And the Nuggets lead by 8. Now, here's Rubio. Buttinger. They get it back. Here's Pekovic. Plays it up and banks it in.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
Yeah, as long as they concentrate, get a good look at the basket, make this a smart possession, they should be in good shape. Every point they get now puts them one step closer to the W.
If they're not there already, Steve, just a tremendous all-around game of basketball they play.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
And an intentional foul right there. And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He hushed them up with that shot.
A huge bucket there to stifle the crowd. You're right.
It's like they're stunned. They don't know what to think. Now, you can't let them pound the ball and just blow those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
It's good. They both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And I'll tell you what, those 2 free throws give them some much-needed breathing room, guys. It's now a 2-possession game.
And Rubio kicks to Love. Off his foot, and the ref saying he kicked it. Seconds left in the game. Here's Buttinger. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Huge points.
That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket. Desperate.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
And here's Lawson. For the win.
Celebrating the moment it had left his hand.
So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ty Lawson.
Unbelievable ending as the Denver Nuggets finished the Minnesota Timberwolves with another buzzer beater. For the 5th time, we got another game-winning shot after he stole the ball in for the Timberwolves despite Ricky Rubio's got 18 assists. Unbelievable finish here in Denver. Here's the box score. Ty Lawson's got 31 and 12. Danilo Gallinari got 22. Chase Bollinger got 24. And Kevin Martin got 23 and 1. A huge finish here in Denver. So we're going to skip all the way to the Mavericks versus Heat. And coming up next, in the half, we got the Bucks and the Pacers, we got it's Bucks winning over the Pacers. 21 points tied with Hayward and Granger, and Diafino 29, Nika 27, and OJ Mayo got 21. Bulls and the Raptors, and Bulls dominate the Raptors. Only Valanciunas got 14, Rudy Gay got 13 and 9, Boozer got 32, and Derrick Rose got 20, almost got triple-double. Nets and the Suns, it's Nets winning in this one, and just like in real life when Joan Johnson hit the game-winning shot after he missed the three-pointer for Phoenix Suns the last second of overtime, Dragic almost got triple-double, Butler got 27, and Green got 26, and Pierce got 20 points. Spurs take on the Jazz, and Manu Ginobili would not able to play as if he got an injury due to the sprained finger, but the Spurs will fail to the Utah Jazz in the close one. Trey Burke got 27, Alec Burke got 24, Tony Parker got 25, and Tim Duncan got 20 and 9. Unfortunately, Manu Ginobili will not play. Sixers and the Hawks. It's Hawks dominated over the Sixers. And 28 points for Lou Williams and almost triple-double for Paul Millsap. Jason Richardson's got 24 and 16-12 for Nerlens Noel. Blazers and the Celtics. It's Blazers win over the Celtics. Bradley got 18 points. Rondo's got 17 and 14. Matthews got 27. And Aldridge got 23. Damian Lillard so close to triple-double. Bobcats and the Cavaliers. It's Cavaliers now 5 in a row. Kyrie Irving getting good with 27 and 11. Corey Maggay got 23 and Henderson's got 21. And last but not least, Dallas and Miami. It's Dallas! Stunning the Miami Heat. Wow! And a huge Cinderella crazy upset. 29 points and 13 rebounds for LeBron. Mario Chalmers got 21 and Dirk Nowitzki got 37. Monte Ellis got 24. What a huge upset. And the Dallas Mavericks stopped the Miami Heat to end up with the undefeated. For now, it did last now, and it looks like there's no more undefeated left now. And for some reason, Kevin Durant is still hurt for out, still day-to-day for sprained wrist. And what a huge upset for Dallas Mavericks to snap the 18-win streak for the Miami Heat. And now our game in our hand for second game of the night features in Staples Center as Marc Gasol, Mike Conley of the Memphis Grizzlies take on Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol of the Los Angeles Lakers. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin, another wildest finish here in Denver as Ty Lawson of the Denver Nuggets walk off defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves in a close one, 116 to 113. I'm Andre Kenshin saying so for Pepsi Center in Denver. We'll see you later for the second game of the day here at Staples Center in LA for the Grizzlies and the Lakers. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye and thanks for watching.